everybody, it's Miss Caroline, and for this video I have made you guys something really special to fill out on your first day of school for this year. So it's a my first day of whatever grade you're going into interview. And this is really neat because you can do this at the beginning of the year and answer these questions and then go back and see what you would have answered at the end of your school year. And you can keep track of them throughout your education, so you can start at preschool, and then by the time you graduate high school, you'll have all of these interviews and you can see what you were like at those different ages and stages. So this is fun for not only the parents to look at, but I think it's fun for kids to look at as well. And so I wanted to go through some of the questions, and I want to answer these questions as if I was going into preschool. Because I am the preschool teacher, I think it's fun to see what Miss Caroline was like when she was a preschooler. So I'm gonna go through some of the questions and answer them for you guys. So the first question is a little bit about the school you are going to. And so of course now I teach at Bright Horizons, but when I went to preschool, I went to Conklin Presbyterian Preschool, and that is in upstate New York. And my teachers' names were Miss Brenda and Miss Carol, and they are the absolute inspirations as to why I am a preschool teacher right now. They made such a big impact in my life, and I thought they were the coolest, and they let me play dress up and they let me do art, and those were things that I loved doing, and they really encouraged my love of those things when I was in preschool. So in this section, it's a few things about things that are specific to you right now. So the first thing is a section that says, "This is how I write my name." And I don't really remember how I wrote my name back in preschool. I'm sure it wasn't super clean, but I'll tell you something about myself and my name that I started doing when I was really little, so just about preschool. So of course my name is Miss Caraline, but traditionally Caraline is spelled C-A-R-O-L-I-N-E, and my name is actually spelled C-A-R-A-L-I-N-E. It's just one letter difference. And so people would spell my name wrong or even say my name wrong, and from a young age I started correcting them. And that's a tip I would give to anyone, any child at any age, any adult. If people are pronouncing your name, you totally have the right to tell them they're saying it wrong. And I think the more you are vocal about it, the more people will understand that your name is important to you, and it's important that people say it correctly. So like I said, I don't really remember how I wrote my name in preschool, but this is how I write my name now. And I have on the sheets, once it starts to go into 6th grade, I believe, I changed that to this is how I sign my name. And so this is how I do my name in cursive. And I started learning cursive in 3rd grade. So I don't always remember any of the other letters that aren't in my name, but at least I learned it. So this next section is all about favorites, and I love this section because once you collect these, it's so fun to see how your likes and dislikes change throughout the years. And so I want to do this as if I answered in preschool and then my answer now. So let's see if I can try to remember what my favorites were back in preschool. So the first one is color, and I know for sure my favorite color in preschool is pink. My favorite color now is like a light blue. My favorite food in preschool would have either been grilled cheese or macaroni and cheese, and honestly my answer is not different now. I really love cheese. My favorite movie, I'm gonna say Cinderella would have been my favorite movie back then. And if we're gonna stick with Disney, my favorite Disney movie now is Tangled, because Rapunzel's my favorite Disney princess. My favorite TV show in preschool would have probably either been PB&J Otter, which was on the Disney Channel, or Franklin, which was on Nickelodeon. And I can still remember at least some of the theme song from Franklin. It was like, "Hey, it's Franklin." My favorite animal when I was in preschool, I probably would have said a monkey. And my dad's nickname for me when I was little was actually Monkey, because I used to do dance and tumbling, and so I was flipping a lot, so he called me Monkey. My favorite animal now is probably an otter. Otters are cute, especially the ones in Finding Dory when they have a cuddle party and they hug. Ooh, this one's tough. My favorite song when I was in preschool If I could think of like a song like that we sang in preschool, is one that I've sang with the kids in my preschool class, which is, I don't know the name of it, but it's, I'm scooping up a baby bumblebee, won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm scooping up a baby bumblebee, ow, it stung me. And then you go on to say, I'm squishing up a baby bubble and cleaning up a baby bumblebee. But I love that song because my teachers were so animated when they sang it, and I try to do the same now. My favorite song now, that's really difficult because when I was in preschool, I didn't really know a lot of bands or songs, and so my choices were limited. But now I'm 27 and I've heard a lot of music and a lot of songs. So I guess I can narrow it down to like genres. I generally like either pop music or alternative music. This one is easy. When I was in preschool, my favorite toys were my Barbie cash register because it was so technologically advanced, because you could scan these little barcodes that came with it and it would say what the thing actually was. So I could put my little barcode tag on one of my t-shirts and I would scan it with my scanner and it would say t-shirt $4, and I thought that was the coolest thing, so I played store with that all the time. But I also really loved dress up and dramatic play. Today, when I'm in my classroom, dramatic play is still one of my favorite areas to play in. But a toy that I've always loved is Legos. I love building Lego sets. My favorite game when I was in preschool probably would have been Hungry Hungry Hippos. Favorite game now? I do play a board game called Ticket to Ride, where you have to build train passages to get to different countries and different places in Europe. That's the one that I have, and I really like playing that game. So if you've never played it, I would definitely give it a try. They have the regular Ticket to Ride, and there's also Ticket to Ride Junior. So if you want a lower level of the game, they do have that, and it's really fun to play. So the book my mom read us the most when I was in the preschool age was a book called Guess How Much I Love You, and I really loved when she would read us that book. And my favorite book series now that I would love to share, if you guys haven't read any of these books, are the Nancy Drew books. So there are a couple different kinds of the Nancy Drew books. So there's ones that are for our younger readers, and then they kind of move up into the classic Nancy Drew stories. But if you love mystery and adventure, I have always loved these Nancy Drew books. There's a box on the sheet that says a drawing of me, and so in there you would draw a picture of yourself. I'm gonna be honest, I think what I would have drawn a picture of myself as would look almost identical to what I would draw now. So I'm pretty sure, in preschool, my drawing of myself would look like this. And this is exactly how I'm doing it right now, and I would have done it like that back then. Boop, boop, boop. It might not have been as clean, but I could only do stick figures. And that's pretty much all I can do now. And then the last box that's on this sheet is about the future and some of your goals. So the first question is, when I grow up, I want to be. And when I was in preschool, I'm pretty sure I would have said I want to be like a dancer or a ballerina. And now I want to be a teacher, and that's exactly what I get to do. And I'm so grateful that this is the role that I grew up to be in. And it's funny, sometimes when you're younger, you don't realize that you're better suited for a different job than your dream job. But as I grew up, I realized that I was best suited to be a teacher. And I'm so happy I get to be your guys' teacher at Bright Horizons. Bye!